here we are once again. This is the third installment of our podcast. Our third song came out there last week, a song called Control. But before we get to the story of the song, if you just happen to ramble on here for some random reason and don't know, first of all, what Kandemic is or what this podcast is about, I highly recommend that you go and listen to the first chapter of the story and work your way to here. But for those of you who already know what's going on, here comes chapter 3 of our origin story. Control. Since the dawn of the first civilization by the men, they had a desire for power. With our limited understanding of history, we might think that this is the way it's always been. But in fact, in many ancient civilizations, women played an equal, if not even more significant role. After all, they are the creators of life. It is only in the past few millenniums this balance got all messed up. For some reason, the men's ego desired power over women and power over those born in simple life and poverty. These people never knew anything else. They were easy to control. Due to this, many atrocities have been committed. Many of us carry a lot of ancestral trauma, pain, and shame. The human race stands in the shadows looking at the light because we are scared to stand in the light and look at our own shadows. But it's hard to blame the people. Most of us have been brainwashed and conditioned to accept this narrative. We are addicted to it and scared to live without it. This fear is one of the most potent tools the powers that be have to control us. To them, control is the drug they are addicted to. Like with most addictive drugs, once you get a taste for it, you want more. There is no limit to the hunger of the powers that be. And just like the desperate drug addict, they will do whatever they can get away with to hold on to the control and acquire more of it. They build pyramid, and the people below them elevates them higher and higher. But they can only do this as long as they can control the people below them. Once the people wake up and have the courage to look into the shadows, they become aware of the control. They become aware of the role they have been made to play in the structure of the pyramid. They also become aware that if enough of us walk away, the foundation of the pyramid will start to crumble and eventually collapse, bringing down the whole structure. The herd followed the law of the land like it was a religion. And just like most major religions, those laws were created by men, not some higher form entity or a godlike figure. The laws were designed to maintain order in a way that those who wrote them saw fit. We are made to believe laws are the cornerstone of society. We are made to think laws keep us safe. But what for one is order, for others can be even oppression. The laws are there to control us. And that is the third chapter of our origin story. I would, as always, very much like to hear your opinions on it. And you know, the times that we're living in, I think many of us are starting to see behind the veil. Control for the sake of control can be a very, very dangerous thing, and blindly following these rules in the past, in the history, has made a lot of people do horrendous things. So I'm not asking you to go and break the rules. I'm asking you to just think about them. Think about why they are there. As I'm recording this podcast, the summer has made its way into Dublin City, which is, it's never taken for granted in this city, and I have my balcony doors open while I'm recording this, so that's why you might hear a little bit of a street noise or seagulls singing outside, but that's part of life, and that's part of where we are, and this is part of this is where the Kandemic headquarters is, and this is where we create. So hopefully these background noises don't annoy you, but instead just give you an idea of what our life here sometimes sounds like. So Control came out last week, and it is available on all streaming platforms. Thank you so much for everybody who's been listening to it, and thank you so much for the all the feedback that we got. You seem to be really, really liking this track. We had the Road Wives joining us for the first verse. Jack from Road Wives is the other half of a production team called Shotgun Monkeys, which is our dear Killabase is another half of that. So it's kind of like connecting with a family of musicians and making something good happen, which is not the way that in very many ways the way that I think we all need to collaborate to make this world outside a better place for future generations. There's too much divide and too much finger pointing and anger going on at the moment, and we just need to find a way to collaborate and communicate. But as we were having conversations last night with a few other musicians, sometimes, unfortunately, sometimes when you build something new, you have to get rid of the old first, and that can be a painful process. But these are definitely interesting times, and definitely feeling the energy of change on the way. As we emerge out of these lockdowns, we also emerge out of these lockdowns as very different people who were locked up, 15 months ago. And I think, as I said about the control, I think a lot of us are going to be looking at the world with a little bit of different view. And, control can come in so many different shades and shapes and sizes, and it's not always something that you've been told to do so directly as a order or a rule. It could be something as simple as consumerism. You're made to think that you need something. You need the latest brands or technology or whatever, and that's where we kind of try to penetrate a little bit into your mind and make you see the many ways they try to control you. But at the same time, we're not here to wave any flags or start a cult or anything like that. We're here to play some music and have some fun along the way. Having said that, the aliens are on the way, whether you like it or not. You can quote me on that one if you want. I've been trying to get this podcast out for a past week, but it's been a very, very busy time trying to promote the song itself. And the reason why I wanted to get this out is pretty quickly before, as I said, before the aliens get here. I'm pretty sure that we're gonna hear some interesting news in the following months. And I'm not here to scare you or anything like that. I mean, just because humanity has the desire to invade, divide and conquer, it doesn't mean that everybody else in this universe thinks the same way. At least I hope so. I mean, we're all really, really concerned about the fact that this virus has spread so widely around the globe and taken so many lives, but we never talk about the fact that the biggest killer of humanity in the past God knows how many years is us humans ourselves. We've fought wars, we've done horrible things to one another, and we have to start somewhere along the line to look at it from a different perspective. And if the aliens would have a couple of tips for us, I think we could be beneficial to us. Anyway, that's enough of JP ranting. Thank you very much once again for listening to this podcast. And if you get a chance, please do go and stream the song. Go and have a listen to it. Follow us on Spotify. Follow us on subscribe to our YouTube channel. Save the song. It really makes a big difference in the algorithm. And if you have a playlist, you can put it on even better. And we have a next song coming out on the 24th of June. Only, I think, a little bit 3 weeks away from now. And we're really, really looking forward to sharing that with you as well. And if you haven't had a chance, also go and check out the video that we did for Control. We had a lot of fun making it, so hopefully you guys enjoyed as well. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I shall talk to you guys very soon again. I've been staring this bed, you sit down so long that I can't see. What cheats to undress me? I've been hacking at this statue so long it doesn't resemble me. I've been hacking at this statue. I don't wanna lose control when it unfolds. I don't wanna choose a free fall to the unknown.
Di mollare il colpo, fotoricordo, ci si vede all'altro mondo. Tutto passa, non mi accontento fino in fondo. Giorno dopo giorno, sorso dopo sorso, come un vagabondo sbrondo. Menestrello per strada coi compari, con i campari è tutto più bello. Gli amici una chitarra e uno spinello. Perdo il controllo come il governo mentre perquisiscono gli armadi. Caro come l'iridio e radio la zona come se fossi in radio. Sfido me stesso a fare di meglio. Respiro e rimo perché non conta il denaro ma i miei frati. Conta l'odio, lo sclero. Ogni fratello vero perso sul sentiero. Il futuro è un altro giorno nero.